whakalofala hiatu. Hana he tolo do valatala ke latai me mama he aho nei. Kua whakailoa mai he whahenga hua malolo sino ke lata mo i teo tangata e vaeva hangau ni ke he tahanga ngau ke lea koe i Ebola. Kua tupu ai mo i pikisia i teo tangata ke he tau mutu nai i Afrika. Tau mutu nai ne whaingoa go Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia mo Nigeria. Ne whakailoa mai e matakau go World Health Organization. Kua naka i tauwhi da whinonga he tau tangata mo i uta he tau koloa. Kua mai longa he tokalonga he tau tangata ke aua ne ke aua tu whakahanoa ke he tau mutu ia. Naka ia mamanaki ke moua aniwe ke he ngangau nei ha kua mamau mai mo i tau mutu na i Afrika. Mo i naka i oa tu tumau hado tolu a tau tangata ke he mutu ia. Kai pese ia ni he bihia kua lata foki ke mai longa i tau tangata e vaeva mai he tau mutu ia ne ke ta mai e ngangau nei ke he tau motu tata mai Tonga a New Zealand mo Australia mo e tau atu motu he Pasifika. Pe he mai e whahinga hua malalo sino koe ngangau i Ebola naka i mukamuka ke pikisia. Whakatai atu ke ngangau flu po ke ngangau misele, the measles. Koe maua la e tangata ke ngangau nei ka whata i tau huhua he sino he tangata ko ngangau. Koe whahinga hua malalo sino tō muitua ke he tau whakahoanga mo i tau whakailoanga mai he tau mtakau i whafo ke pui e ngangau nei ke ua ne ke hoko mai ki niwe. Ka whia manako ke iloa whalua walatala whakalaulahi ke whakailoanga nei si matutaki atu ke whainga hua he telefoni wha taha nā kai po ke Melihila director.health@mail.gov.nu. Si hanei kua whailoa atu e tau ngangau ko i Ebola kua tupu ai mo i pikisia e tau tangata ki he tau motu i Afrika mo Sierra Leone si longa i fuki e whalua motu na he motu na ko Afrika. Ko e walatala he mga honei, ko e aho ua fulmataha i au kuso ua e afe mo i hongo fulmawha. Kua whailoa he whakadofonu niwe, ko e tau tutongi he tau whaiaonga kua langatolu ia e holo hake tali mai he tau ua e awhi moi hongo fulmaua. A koe tau puhala nia nei ke whakalalata po ke whakahoho e tau whaiaonga bitaki. Mo e whita he moa e tau pepa whakaako whaiaonga halotolu ke ngahua he mutu nei. Mo e whakatu mau ke tauwhi e tau whaiaonga a motu ke no nofu hifo he motu. Ko e totongi whakahiku ne mailonga ai he whakawhono e le mai ahonga hua he whahitapu. Pese ni ko hiki duai he mga honei ke he whahitapu. Ko whakailoa mai le lifu palemia ko toke tālangi ko manako ia ke malikisi hake tau totongi he tau whaiaonga ke datai mo New Zealand. Whakatai ke he 80% he tau totongi he tau whaiaonga New Zealand. I lo mai fuki pehe kua whakatu mauni e lifu palemia ke ngahua whakalataha mo e Niuean Public Service Commission ke whamoli tapuhala tutongi. Ke elata mo e tau pulotu he tau whaiaonga pihia fuki mo e tau pulotu technical mo e tolunga atu. Pehe mai fuki a ia to lauia ni e tutongi fo ke he tau whaiaonga nā kai hokosia ke he tau tangata ngahua ofisa. Kua manaki ke kamata tutongi e tutongi fo nei he autaha ia iulai ua e awhi mo hongo fulmawha, se kaike ni kua whaitupe ke lata mo e tutongi fo nei, he talahau mai he lifu palemia ko toke tālangi. Ko e aho whaiumu kua mole tolonga i tau tangata ne tolo atu ke whanua aonga i paliasi ke mamata atu ke tau whiua laka pi fitu he tau tahane. Ko e tau whanau fuata mo e tau fuata mutua ne kua whakalataha atu ke he whiua nei, whae mtakau ne ple ai, he aho ia ko Tuapa, Southern Marlins, Alofi Makos mo Hakupu. A whangi e whiua sipote ke he palikamua e tau matakau ha Tuapa mo Hakupu, kautua Tuapa ke he tolung fumatolu e ola, nā kai whaiola Hakupu. Ne foki e tau Southern Marlins mo Alofi Mako, kautua i Alofi Makos, fitu e ola, lima e ola ha Southern Marlins. Ufuta ke waki pele e tamtakau ha Tuapa mo Alofi, kautua Tuapa ke ua fumavalu e tawala, nā kai whaiola ai Alofi Makos. Pe he e tau Southern Marlins, Pamemole, pele e tau Southern Marlins mo Hakupu, kautua Southern Marlins ke hong fumahive ola Ai nā kai whaiola a Hakupu. Fufuta ke toluaki, pelea alofi mako mo Hakupu, kautua alofi ke hongo whamawhae da wala, kai nā kai whaiola a Hakupu. Pelea tuapa mo Southern Marlins, kautua Southern Marlins ke hongo whamahiwai da wala, fitu e ola a tuapa. Si hanei do whaka o sianga, ke latai me do whiua laka pi fitu i do taane he aho whiumu kua mole, ne moa mai he taha takitaki ko Norman Mesimesi. Ta wala hatuapa, katoa hongo whumatolu e ola, Southern Marlins hongo whumau e ola, alofi Marcos hongo whumatahe e ola, Hakupu tolu e ola. Si pehenai dau whakailoanga hata tolu, puki dau walatala ke latai mai mama he aho nei. Very good afternoon. Here's our news for today. On the 21st of August 2014, the Niue government put out another press release pointing out that the teachers have been given 3 pay increases since 2012 in efforts to attract new teachers and keep the qualified teachers in service. The latest pay was made in recognition of their working 5 days a week, whilst others work only 4 days. Honourable Premier Tokelau advises that he would like to bring the teachers' pay on par with other public servants and comparative to a level 80% closer to New Zealand average pay. In line with this, Honourable Premier Talangi has been working with the Niue Public Service Commission to provide a separate pay scale for professional and technical skilled persons in recognition of their training and specialised skills. He says that the pay scale is only applicable to those using their skills and not working as administrators. Honourable Premier Talangi advises all public servants that once finalised, the new pay scale will start from the 1st of July 2014, funds permitting. The World Health Organization has declared the ongoing Ebola virus disease, EVD, outbreak in West Africa to be a public health emergency of international concern. Under the International Health Regulations 2005, the World Health Organization advised that there should be no general ban on international trade or travel. At this point in time, the countries affected by Ebola virus are Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia and Nigeria. It is unlikely that Niue will have a case of Ebola virus disease, EVD, because of our geographic isolation and the lack of direct flights from the affected countries. Additionally, the affected countries are not common destinations for our Niuean travellers. Ebola is not easy to catch, it is not spread through the air, it's not as infectious as the flu or measles. You cannot get Ebola just from sitting next to someone. It requires contact with infected body fluids. People with Ebola virus disease are not infectious until they have symptoms. The Health Department is closely monitoring the advice from the actions being taken by the World Health Organization, New Zealand Ministry of Health, South Pacific Commission and other countries in relation to the Ebola outbreak in West Africa. Last Saturday saw the opening of Niue Sevens rugby tournament played at Niue High School grounds. 4 teams took part in this tournament. They are Tuapa, Southern Marlins, Alofi Marcos and Hakupu. The teams were made up of men and youth. 4 teams were involved in the men's rugby sevens this year. They are Tuapa, Southern Marlins, Alofi Marcos and Hakupu. Round 1, Tuapa versus Hakupu. Tuapa won by 33 points. Hakupu scored no tries. And Southern Marlins versus Alofi Marco. Alofi Marcos won by 7 points. Southern Marlins scored 5. And round 2, Tuapa versus Alofi Marcos. Tuapa won by 28 points. Alofi Marcos scored no tries. And Southern Marlins versus Hakupu. Southern Marlins won by 19 points. Hakupu scored no tries. And for round 3, Alofi Marcos versus Hakupu. Alofi won by 14 points. Hakupu scores no tries. And Tuapa versus Southern Marlins. Southern Marlins won by 19 points over Tuapa had 7 points. And these results were provided by the Secretary of the Rugby Union, Mr. Norman Misimesi. The results to date are Tuapa 13 points, Southern Marlins 12 points, Alofi Marcos 11 points, Hakupu with 3 points. And those are our local news bulletin for today. And here's the news from around the region. Global attitudes towards small island nations must be overhauled if the UN's climate summit is to come to a credible conclusion, according to Nauru's UN ambassador Marlene Moses. Moses, who represents the Alliance of Small Island States, OASIS, in New York, said they are often ignored by world big emitters. The blind spot extends to the UN itself, she said, despite its attempt to concentrate attention on the islands by styling 2014 as the International Year of Small Island Developing States, SIDS. She said that countries which are among the most vulnerable in the world to impact of climate change are stuck in a trap of being overpromised but under-delivered. The low-lying islands could become uninhabitable due to climate change. The UN Science Panel recently warned that 15% of Pacific Islands could be wiped out by 1 metre of sea level rise. Their bleak future has already prompted residents to ask for asylum in New Zealand. But the spectre of mass migration is unlikely to spur action at an international scale, said Moses, who said that raising the relocation issue at the UN climate talks was unlikely to help their cause. In September, a once-in-a-decade conference of the small island nations will take place in Samoa, offering a rare opportunity to collectively address climate change and sustainability. The conference will be attended by heads of state and UN agencies, including UN Development Chief Alan Clark and former island President Mary Robinson. Moses said it will be an opportunity to seek new partnership and raise the profile for SIDS within the international community. It will precede a landmark UN climate summit to be hosted by Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon in New York on 23rd of September, where leaders have been invited to declare bold new actions on climate change. OASIS will decide to its contribution to this summit during the Samoa conference. My Tokelau, the Tokelau Island theme song for the Small Islands Developing States conference next week, depicts what Tokelau is going through and its struggle to survive. The Tokelau Ulu Aliki Faipule Kuresa Nassau hopes to present the song during the conference. Well-known singer-songwriter, now back in Samoa, Danny Ray Costello, wrote and sang the song My Tokelau. Nassau also hopes the song will encourage all to work together. Tokelau congratulates the government and the people of Samoa for their role in bringing the world to this part of the region. He said it is an opportunity for the Pacific to highlight shared issues and ensuring a safer and sustainable future for our region and beyond. The Tokelau community came together to watch the launching of the video and the song at the office of the Tokelau Affairs on Tuesday, and as the chorus was being sung, an emotional Nassau wiped off a tear. And the song chorus goes like this: My Tokelau, you are always in our heart, forever I will call you home, and never shall we part. My Tokelau, united we will stand. As you and I walk hand in hand through hope and love for our homeland. Tokelau did not choose to become Tokelauans. It was God's will, said an emotional Kuresa Nassau. More than 100 New Zealand police officers are arriving this week on the cruise ship that will accommodate some members of the Small Islands Developing States SIDS conference. This was confirmed by Samoa Associated Minister Tafua Maluelue Tafua, chairman of the SIDS accommodation team. The people will be accommodated on the cruise ship with other SIDS delegation to bring the total number of guests on the cruise liner to 821. The New Zealand Police will be here to help with security, and Australia is also bringing over a contingent of police officers for the same purpose, said Tofua. He said some countries have booked 3 to 5 members. However, that number zoomed up to 20 to 30 per country. Tafua said Papua New Guinea has chartered a plane to bring their delegation over to the conference. He also said his team has received positive feedback from those who have arrived already. He also acknowledged families who have offered their places to be used as accommodation for the conference. Fiji police have suspended 4 officers with immediate effect pending further investigation into the death of Vili Kesa Soko, who died in police custody last week. Police Commissioner Ben Gunewald, however, declined to release information about the identities of the officers involved as the criminal investigation was ongoing. He reassured the public and Soko's family they would be as thorough as possible so that all those responsible are brought to justice. He says his actions have been backed by the majority of the force. Soko was arrested in connection to a 50,000 or 27,000 US daylight robbery in Nadi 2 weeks ago. He died on Wednesday evening at Lautoka Hospital's intensive care unit. He was laid to rest on Tuesday. His family alleged he was assaulted by police officers. Meanwhile, Fiji police will not be reopening alleged cases of brutality dating back several years unless new evidence arises. New Zealand scientists are hoping a pioneering new partnership with international environmental campaign group Conservation International will enable them to expand research on crucial Pacific Ocean issues into Asia. Under a collaboration to be launched on Wednesday, staff from the U.S. headquarters Conservation International, that CI, will be based on the University of Auckland campus to help build marine research and scientific capacity. Professor Simon Thrush, director of the University Institute of Marine Science, told Zihua Tuesday that partnership would open CI's work in helping to establish marine protected areas which now cover about 1.7 million square kilometres of the Pacific to the university's international academic research network. The university will also be looking to engage in projects in the wider Asian-Pacific region, involving land-coast interactions, climate change and ecosystems, in particular around mangroves and coastal fringing habitats. And finally, Tongan MP and academic Sitiveni Halapua says it is important parliamentarians do not preclude the possibility of working with others. Dr. Halapua will stand as an independent if he decides to run in November's election, after being dropped by the Democratic Party. He says the party couldn't cope with his desire that they will be willing to work with other MPs and nobles. He says the party's winner-take-all approach is old-fashioned. Dr. Halapua described his approach as kafataha. Dr. Halapua says he was dropped by the Democratic Party because he wanted it to work together with other MPs. Last month, Dr. Halapua and 3 colleagues were removed from the party's roster of candidates for the November election. Another 2 MPs sided with the dumped group last week. The party leader, Akilisi Pohiva, has claimed conflicting doctrine prompted the MP's removal, but Dr. Halapua said that is not correct. He says Pohiva was opposed to his push for the Democrats to work more closely with other MPs in the Legislative Assembly. And those are our news for today.